Guys, took some time off, but I'm back now. I've got a few things to sort out in my life. But today, we're going to sharpen this Santoku, which is a 61 on the Rockwell scale. And today, we're going to sharpen on the good old trusty 3x1000, which is a soaking stone. I don't have many soaking stones. I'm a splash and go person. I like splash and go. But my wife bought me this as a present. And what I've used of this value for money, it is a really good stone. Right, let's see if it needs flattening. Right. Coma plate 400. That's what I use for my platinum stone. Keep twisting it, guys. More. Sharpen the edges. Right, let me get that out of the way. Put that there. We might have to blunt this one because there's a piece. Yeah, it's sharp. So it's time to blunt. Let's check that out, guys. If we blunted it. Yep, that's blunt. And for being a soaking stone, guys, it's pretty dense stone. It really is. It comes with its own Nagra stone when you buy it. Just let me grab that out. It comes with its own Nagra. And it is really a dense stone for being a soaking stone. Filled up with a bit of slurry to help us on our way. Because the slurry, guys, quickens it up a bit. Try and get as much water on as we can. Right, let's go. As you can see, guys, material's moving already. It is a quite, as I said, decent stone, and it always leaves you a better finish than the grit rating. I will say that for this stone. And the feedback on this stone, guys, is really good. Honestly, it really is. And I believe we've got a full length working bow already. And you see it, we blunting it. It couldn't cut paper. And that is within 2 passes, so that ain't bad, guys. Right. Another one. For anyone who's getting into knife sharpening, as I said, I'll get yourself a cheap set first off on Amazon. Then, if you've got the time, you've only got to let them soak for about 10-15 minutes. Because you only need this one stone, because as I said, it gives you a better finish than the grit rating. I reckon this will always leave you with a 1500 to a 2000 finish. And that's all you need on your own kitchen knives at home. You don't need no more. Time to be deburgized. Keep filling, guys, for the if anyone likes this channel, if they'd like, click the notification button, give me some thumbs up, like and subscribe, it would be nice. It helped me further this channel. I'm trying to get some new stones in for you guys to show you. And I'm going to try and get a microscope so you can have a look at the edge of what it needs. But let's just keep filling for the burr as you go. See if we can pull it off that way. As you can see, it's still there. And some stainless steel, guys, the burr do seem to hold on. But this stone lets you know everything you're doing on it. It is a really decent stone. As you can see, the burr's still it's still hanging on there, guys, as you can see by the marks. Sometimes they do become a bit of a headache with some stainless steel. Let's do some edge leading. See if we can get rid of it that way. But 3x, they are a very good company, and now they do this stone in a splash and go, it is a bit more expensive. As Hero is a good company in any way. They do the LD Lovato, which 1000, 1500, it goes on and on. But I'm going to compare this to the LD Lovato 1000 and see which one is the fastest at the two and which one gives you the better finish. But as you can see, guys, the burr still, I'm trying to pinch it off. I'm trying to deburr as much as I can on the stone. And as you progress, just let the weight of your hand guide the knife. But I wouldn't advise for anyone who's starting out to do this edge leading if they're on a softer stone, because it will dig in your stone, and all the work you've done, you've got to start over again, and you're going to have to do a lot of repair work to your stone. But as you can see, look, it's still clinging on, but I'm going to try and get as much as I can off. And as you see, look, there's no load up, it just came straight off. And when you know you have to deburr, guys, then black lines will get thinner and lighter. As you can see now, they're starting to right, guys, let's take this out of the way. Wash the stone down. There you go, guys. Them black marks there, well, I'm used to splash and go. I didn't dry it properly and I put it back in the box. Some black marks come back on the stone, but as you can see, there's no load up. Virtually nothing really. A bit there, but nothing to raise awareness. Bit of well rusty razor. There you go. Off. So that stone, guys, is that good. It's a really nice stone. Let me dry my hands. Dry the knife. And we'll try it without stropping and see where we got with that before we put it on the strop. And that is cutting very well, guys. Let's try a push. And that's without the strop. Right, this is new, guys. I've run out of paper towel. Got to go to the shop. So this is toilet tissue, but new. I've just got it out. So if it cuts this, it definitely cut paper towel. And there you go. Because that's odds thinner. Then let's try it on the old strop. Just a plain bit of suede, and that's just normal plain leather. No compound, nothing on this one. And just keep the same angle as you sharpened it. That's all you've got to do. And we'll try that. And then we'll have a go on the 2 micron strop to see what edge we get. But let's have a go at that. There you go. Got not much room to work here, guys. I've got to get a new setup. There you go, even cutting. Let's give it a go on the 2 micron. This has got a 2 micron. It's like a liquid form. Right, so we'll go at that. Right, guys, but we're not going to stop there. We're going to have a go on the Eureka 5000. I don't know if you've watched the knife sharpening videos. This stone came famous by, he comes from America, called Ricky Tren. He really works his stone idly. He runs a store now called Perfection Store. I've bought a couple of Japanese knives from him because I collect Japanese knives. I'm a fan of them. And I will be sharpening one down the line. But without further ado, get rid of that water. And give this a try. Let's see how quick this one is. Same as a lot of the soaking stone guys, they do give you a good bit of a feedback. They really do. And always a couple of long strokes. Apply pressure pushing away from you. Never apply pressure coming towards you. Like I said, you're going to dig into your stone. And all the work you've done, you'll have to restart. And that won't be that good. always feel for your burr, guys. And it's definitely forming already. Always remember, guys, to get the heel, the knife and the tip, because a lot of people seem to forget that. Right, I think it's time to deburr, guys, on the stone. See what we can get off the stone. But what we're going to do, we're going to do edge leading deburring things, strokes only. So that's the only way we're going to deburr, is edge leading. And if anyone would like to see me or if they would like to see me try out any other knife or stones or anything I could do better, would be nice for someone to leave me some comments to see how I'm going. All around the West and in Europe and those across the pond, it would be nice, because I know you're big on your knife sharpening, more than what we are in the UK, and I don't understand why that is, because I'm not saying those pull-through knife sharpeners don't get the job done, because they do, but you don't know what metal you're taking from your knife or what you're doing with your knife. And as I said, just for a normal kitchen, because once your knife's sharp, if you're going to just like do it once a week or once a fortnight, a 1000 grit stone like that 3x will do the job. But if you want to get yourself the cheap kit, you will get a sharp knife on those as well. That as well. Just because they're cheap, that don't mean to say it won't give you a sharp edge. Might not do it as fast, but you will get there. But if you've got a really hard knife, like a Japanese knife, and it is like 62, 63 on the Rockwell scale, you will struggle, but you will get there. But it will wear your stone out. And remember, guys, the softer the stone, it will dish. And what I mean by dishing, it'll go but this stone do load up a bit, as you can see, and it's not rubbing off with my hand. So let's try the old Ruster razor, see how we do. Because you've got to clean it off to see how you're going. See if the burr's being fully removed. That's better. If you'd like to see me sharpen any knives that you've not seen, what we use in the West, if you let me know, I will have a go. I'm going to try the Mercer Renaissance with the Grampham edge. I do have one of those, what I use in my collection. in the kitchen, and I've got a couple of Japanese knives that I use in the kitchen. That's coming off. Still marked up a little bit, but nothing to be alarmed about. But I like to appeal to the older audience, because I do have a lot of people viewing my contents, but not a lot of you are hitting that like button and subscribe, and the notification button, and I wish you would. It's mainly the younger generation, but I'd like to appeal to the older audience. Well, that might have done it, guys. Dry the knife off. Before we do anything, we'll just clean this stone off. As I say, 95% of it or more do rush off with your hands, but I've just got the old rust eraser, guys. It will clean right off. There you go, guys, that's the stone cleaned off. Put that over there. Let's move this out of the way. Try and make a bit of room for ourselves. Like I said, guys, that stone was a really good stone to work on, but a lot of soaking stones are. A lot of soaking stones are really nice to work on. They do give you a good feedback and they let you know what you're doing, but I like a splash and go, and I like a harder stone. Even though that 3x was hard, but I prefer the harder stone. Like the Sharpening glass, Sharpening Karamarku. Mainly a lot of the splash and goes. But they are an harder stone than the soaking stone, but that's not always the case. That is not always the case, but a lot of them are. Right, where are we at? There we are. As I said, guys, this is new. It's about to drop. So it hasn't been, it was new out of the packet. And as you can see, that's without the strop. Right, let's get a piece of paper. creases. There you go. And that's without stropping it, guys. And it do leave you with a bit of toothy edge, which I like. I do like the toothy edge, especially if you're cutting tomatoes and things like that. I do like the toothy edge on a knife. That's why for my kitchen knives, I generally stop around about, all depends what stone I sharpen on. So as I said, some give you a better finish than others. But the Sharpening Pro, Kuramaku, I like fishing on the 2000 because their grit rating is a bit below what they say, because some stones seem to put more polishing agents in than others, especially Naniwa. Look at that. And that's just a normal plain strop without any compound. So we'll go on that. You just got to go steady so don't tear, guys, on this, because as I said, it is but it's toilet tissue and it's a lot more flimsy, but it is cutting it. But you just got to go more careful. Right, let's try the 2 micron. With the gummy juice, let's try that. Push. Even doing curves in it, guys. But the paper's a bit too long for me to hold. Look at that. Like butter. And clean. Because this don't tell you how sharp your knife is, this paper, guys. It just tells you how clean your edge is, really. And that is a really clean edge. But if you're at home and you're going to do this, if you've got creasy paper and it's creased, it will stick and make you feel like you haven't got a good edge, but you just got to get a nice piece. But that knife is really sharp, like I said, and it's left me with a toothy edge, which I like in a knife. There we go, guys. But if you've got anything you would like to see, or if you've got any questions for me that I'd like to answer if I can, and I will get some more soaking stones, because not everyone can afford the dear type of stones, and I think value for money on some of the stones. They're not as big, don't get me wrong, you don't get as much surface to work on a king stones, but like I said, that 3x1000, listen, you just see me blunt that knife and it couldn't cut paper, cut the passes, it was done. So if you don't mind soaking it for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, once a week or once a fortnight, that would be your stone, I would say. As I say, they do a splash and go in it now, but it is a bit more expensive, which this one ranges anywhere from 30 to 35 pounds, all depends where you're looking at. And that is a real good stone, and as I said, when I sharpen, you don't have to do that. If you're quite happy going like that, any way you seem what's best for you to sharpen. You'll find your home technique as you go. And I'm not saying which stone's best to buy, because as I say, I'm only giving you the best value for money, because other people's preferences is not mine, and it's not my preference is not theirs. So you will find the right stone that will suit you. But I do like a harder stone. I'm not a, but that is very dense stone for being a soaking stone, because some soaking stones, as I said, not always in the case, are soft. But a lot of soaking stones do give you a better feedback than splash and go. But the Trocera line, Hero, Albada, MD, LD, them stones, guys, are amazing. And so is the Sharpening glass. The ones I've used are the Sharpening Karamarku, brilliant. I've not used the Rockstar yet, so I can't give you an answer on that one. But I will try and get some liquefied diamond stones, but they're a bit expensive. They're anywhere between 120 to 150 pounds, because you can splash water on those. But at the moment, guys, I'm just a bit too far away from buying those. But as I say, if someone, the older audience, if they're watching this channel, and if they'd like to leave me a comment of anything they'd like to see me do, give me a like and thumbs up. And hit that notification button and subscribe to my channel would be nice. All over Europe, the West, and those across the pond. Catch you in my next video, guys. And also